Hogwarts Legacy. If you know me at all, you know that I am obsessed with Harry Potter. I've recently heard that it's not cool to be obsessed with Harry Potter anymore. Good. I'm glad it's not cool. I was never cool before. I don't want to be cool now. I want to be obsessed with my nerdy, stupid things. Just because I feel like, and I'm annoyed that I have to say this, but I said this in other Harry Potter videos, or one specifically, and I was still... The other thing I love, other than Harry Potter, is social justice. So don't nobody come at me thinking that because I like Harry Potter, I agree with J.K. Rowling's perspective on literally anything in the world. I mean, no thank you. Also, as I've said in many videos before, I think there's a very interesting discussion to be had around separating the art from the artist and how we do this. I've also heard with this, I saw just the title of an article about how Hogwarts Legacy separates Harry Potter from J.K. Rowling. I don't really know if that's true. I didn't read the article, so maybe I should do that. But it's an interesting discussion. And what else can I say politically to get people to click off before I get into this? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you did not know already, I am a self-published author. These are my books. Magic Required follows the story of a Celtic demigod as he tries to seek a redemption he is not sure he deserves. Dominion Required is the follow-up book to Magic Required, takes place about 6 weeks afterwards, or at least that's the start of it. And my third novel, Bloodkin and Curses, which is coming out on May 4th, follows the story of Dyson Blake, a newly turned vampire, as she discovers a world she never knew existed while trying to avoid an ancient curse. This is kind of a crossover-y, prequel-y thing. And actually, this is the book that I wrote first. This was my first full-length novel. It was very different in its originality than it is here. But I wrote it. I realized it wasn't a great first book. I found the character Lachlan within this story. I really liked him, so I thought, well, what happens to him next? And I wrote Magic Required. If you are interested in fantasy, please give these books a try. I'm assuming that you are because you clicked on a Harry Potter video. I actually often say when I'm pitching this book to people that I wrote Magic Required for the grown-up Harry Potter fan, like myself. So if you're into Harry Potter, I think you'll really like Magic Required. Give it a try, and if you have read it, please review it. It's so helpful as an independently published author. All right, let's get into this. So this is gameplay reveal. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like this or what it is. I will say that I've heard this is an open world game, and I really believe that an open world anything Harry Potter is a recipe for disaster, because if you think about anything in the world of Harry Potter too much, everything stops making sense. Let's give this a go. 14 minutes. We'll see. PlayStation. Also, I have a great idea for a Harry Potter TV show. I've talked about it more. I mean, I have talked about it before. But I will talk about it more if anybody wants me to. Portkey Games, okay?
Lumos.
Game footage, work in progress. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Continue.
What do you think you're doing here,
Oh,
humans?
fun!
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Thank you!
You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry
Probably a Hufflepuff.
with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Those were house elves, right? Were they house elves?
But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be.
Yo, sick! Can someone create me, please, when you play this game?
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
How?
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you are starting Hogwarts late, as a 5th year.
Yeah,
You
weird.
are the new student.
Oh.
You'll begin your studies attending charms, defense against the dark arts, herbology, and potions classes, to name a few.
Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Oh.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Oh. Rude. The Slytherin doesn't always have to be the rude one.
You may begin.
Oh.
Not bad for a beginner.
Be friends.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and
Okay, so you just like walk around and look for anything.
You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways.
Accio.
Okay, I have a question. Accio or Accio? Because I've always said Accio, but I think it's because I listen to the Jim Dale audiobooks and he says Accio. I feel like in the movies maybe they say Accio, but I want to know when you first read them, because I didn't listen to Jim Dale's until the 4th one. Oh, is that where they learn the summoning charm? Yeah, it is, for the Triwizard Tournament. Anyways, I've always said Accio, and Accio is like nails on a chalkboard for me. I'm like, Accio yourself out of here. Like, go, please.
As well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve. You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
The kitchens. Slave labor.
It's the late 1800s,
Oh, is that the
so
prefect's
while
bathroom?
the common rooms and classes may be familiar,
That looked really
most of you,
cool.
it's
That
the
was a
late-
great...
in
this is
iconic
the-
locations you've never been able to explore before.
The prefect's bathroom with the mermaid. Wow.
It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be
1800s.
familiar,
Okay.
most of your professors will not be.
Most of?
However, you may recognize a few faces.
All
Nick.
in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there
Aww.
with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing
Oh my
side
God,
assignments
Vince.
that are part of a special curriculum. One's designed to help you catch up with the other fifth years at your own speed.
Oh.
Lumos.
Okay, a little venomous tentacular.
Opportunities for adventure
Oh.
abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting
Professor
goblin rebellion
Fig?
hold any weight,
Oh
and if
my
the safety of
gosh.
Hogwarts lies in the balance.
Oh, a goblin. They were
Opinions
goblins.
differ as to how great a threat he really is.
I love that, Professor Fig. I also really like the idea of powerful
Hogwarts
non-magic,
loyalists are
non-human
capable of
magical
so
people.
much more than people
I
realize.
missed that. But I think that generally, like, wand magic being a guarded secret by humans from other magical beings, I think is so interesting. It was a podcast, a Harry Potter podcast that I listened to, where it talks about how African wizards and witches don't use wands, and how somehow within the text that was seen as inferior, which I feel like a lot of people really like to put their own issues with society into everything, myself included. I'm sure I'm not immune from that. But later on in the series, we see that wizards often undervalue the magic of other creatures to their detriment, as we did in the 6th book and sometimes in the 7th one with the magic of house elves. And I always thought that, like, okay, Harry loses his wand and he's basically a muggle, but an African witch or wizard is always able to have access to their magic. They don't need something else to channel it. So anyways, I'm happy that we are seeing powerful non-human beings, because I think it's more interesting that way.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures
Its loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Oh, wow, that got me! Oh, who am I? Cool. Yo, I'm so here for this.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Defender! Opponent!
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Cool. Okay. I want to know more about the story. This is cool and all that. We know I'm here for the stories, so that's what I want to see, please.
Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio.
I've memorized the books. I
Devastate your
know what the
enemies
spells
using
do.
various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Okay. Teach me about that.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style.
Accio. Incendio.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
How do you do that?
Accio.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
Yo, tell him.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear.
Oh, is that like a trunk?
It will
like the
increase
trunk
your
from...
offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Oh, with the R! Right?
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
Do you grind those with a...
Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Sorry.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Do you have to put on headphones first?
In Beast class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter,
I feel like I
both
have
at
a little
school
Niffler.
and as you explore the world surrounding.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
Around the world.
Despicable.
Yo, disappear.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends.
Oh.
As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions. And over time, you'll learn their stories.
Interesting.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
Yo, why are the magical
Unafraid
beast
of
people
detention
always
or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted
Peeves!
section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs
damn.
cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Sebastian was the name I chose for a character in my TV show. He was going to be a Slytherin. Darn. I guess I'll have to think of another one.
Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
The come and go room.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement.
That's huge.
You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
Oh, there's a timer on that. Interesting.
Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants,
Cool.
brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it? Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this
Deke looks
space to
jacked.
reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Oh my god, for a second I thought that cat was brushing itself. This gets messy, no?
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade,
Was that as
where
far as
loads
you
of
can go?
shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
Outfit change.
But Hogsmeade
Those
also
are
has
all
its
weird.
dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts.
Can you go to the
You must
shrieking
avoid
shack?
them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest.
Okay.
As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with
That's
lightning
cool.
or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each
Wow,
with
you
vendors
can
and
go
residents who
further
have
out.
stories to tell,
Huh.
and missions with which they could use your assistance.
Wow, that's
Be on
so
the lookout
big.
for enchanting magical puzzles
Right?
that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some
It's
have
a
been
weird
corrupted
looking
by a
frog.
mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement.
Some festrals.
But there are
Oh, does this
dangers
mean we've all
beyond your
seen death?
understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path. Master spells.
What?
Befriend new allies.
You're
Journey
killing
across
people?
a landscape never seen before.
I don't know why that
Uncover
seems
ancient
worse
secrets.
in Harry
Combat
Potter
mystical
than like
threats.
any other game where you're killing
Learn
people
long
all the time.
forgotten mysteries.
I mean, I don't like that
Become the
either.
witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world.
Cool.
Here in Hogwarts Legacy.
Ah, that's fun. Is this out yet? When is this coming out? It's not. Okay, holiday. Okay. Cool, well I guess we'll continue to get these things about it. That was fun. Long. I kind of felt myself getting bored a little bit in the middle just when they were talking about more of the gameplay related things, and that's probably just because I'm not going to play the game. But it is interesting to see an idea of the wider world, because when you think about the wider world of Harry Potter, it really makes no damn sense. Like, there are not enough people in the wizarding community to function at the volume that the books suggest they function at. And Hogwarts is also too small of a school to support all of the UK and have the Ministry of Magic function at the volume it does, you know? Like, with that many people working at the Ministry of Magic, and that's just government. I just feel like there's somehow too many and not enough people, if that makes sense. But I still love it. I'm still obsessed. I have a Harry Potter tattoo, and I can sing you the Sorting Hat song anytime from 1, 4, and like maybe 5. All right, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. As always, I really appreciate you clicking on this video, buying my books and reading them if you have, reviewing them if you have. It is so helpful. I really did write Magic Required for the grown-up Harry Potter fan, so I encourage you to give it a try. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy, taking care of yourselves and each other, being friends instead, and as always, until next time, may the Force be with you. Live long and prosper, and I'll be back.